Welcome.
And welcome.
Yeah. So, we talking football. We're back again for the week. We got some folks running late, but we gonna keep it pushing. No, I need to adjust this live chat. There we go. Simply YouTube. Simply YouTube. So, yeah, I didn't even try to complicate it or anything today. We gonna be on YouTube. YouTube is really our platform. Everything else, what I may start doing is just loading clips for everybody else. Everybody else will get clips. So I think I put a clip on one of our older clips on Facebook today. I saw some, we have clips on Twitch. So I think YouTube is going to get us live. Everybody else will get clips. YouTube may get a few clips too, but, it is what it is. But again, welcome. Thank you for showing up. We always start with, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Busy as it was last week. Work is kicking me in the head, but other than that, just another week, I guess. Nothing special.
I didn't have one of those long weekends like I had before. Like last week, I was like, oh, I felt like I had this 3-day weekend and it was all great. And this week it's not even close. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's crazy. Like on yesterday, starting the week, obviously, the day went by quickly. It was a swift move, and we had work to do type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then for whatever the rest of the week, well, I went to my son's track meet, and I don't know, like getting up this morning, yesterday just seemed like long. It just seemed long. And it's probably because I didn't go straight home after work. You know what I mean? Mm. But yeah, so I will say this, and I have to make an apology. And I'm doing it publicly. So so my son said, hey, look, I want you to come. I want you to record my race. Gotcha. I will record the race. And I straight went, I went old school. I had camcorder recording.
Okay.
And I get there, I'm sitting waiting for the race to start. And they make those grand announcements and stuff. 100, y'all need to get to the track, blah, blah, blah. So I go down to where the finish line is, and I start setting up. I'm like, let me get the camera out, get it on, and everything like that. And I got the camera up. I'm watching the start line, and he, gun fires. He goes. I'm watching the whole time. Boom. And I hit the button. And apparently, I never hit the button when he was at the starting line. I didn't hit the button until I was looking at the ground after the race. So I got about a minute and 15 seconds of the ground and some people talking. So I did tell him. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I was like, I don't think I got the race. I thought I hit the button, but I did not hit the button. So it was he said it was okay, but of course he did try to throw it at me a little later. But I did get his 4x100 race, and then I think he had he did set a school record during his race, which was promptly broken in the very next heat. So, so yeah, his coach came over and was like, "Yeah, he had a record." Oh, Big O says he just finished the yard work, so he won't be joining us tonight. Okay, man, he's been out working in the yard. That's fine. I get it. But he was like, he's like, yeah, he had a record for about 3 minutes, because just about the time it took for him to walk off the track, the other race to set up, and them to run it and call it a day. And he got beat by 0.01 seconds. Oh man, what happened? No, we lost Dreadful. All right, well, let's do this. Oh, until we see if we can get him back. So, yeah, hopefully Dreadful will pop back on. I'm not sure what's going on there. But until then, we will. I'll do that. And so, like I said, my son was only a record holder for about 3 minutes yesterday. And since it's now it's just me, and we're going to get straight into some football. If you watch the pre-roll, I am looking at Nick Chubb and Tyler Lockett, two guys. I'm not going to say they're great. We know Nick Chubb has had some injury issues, and Tyler Lockett. So the power went out for Dreadful. So we'll see if we get him back. We'll see what happens there. So the question becomes, who's going to pick up Nick Chubb? And of course, you got to go through. And I was sort of looking at, and I'll pull it up here. Say, Dallas Cowboys. We look at their depth chart, and we're looking at their running back position. Oh no. And they picked up Javonte Williams from the Broncos, and they also picked up Miles Sanders. So, I mean, do they need Chubb? No, they don't need Chubb. I mean, the thing is that Nick Chubb is going to be, at least until proven otherwise, a backup running back. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And so, if anybody thought, let me see. Hold on. I'm reading text messages. Let's see. Okay, everybody. Briefly, be right back. Okay, he says he'll be back. But yeah. So, I mean, Nick Chubb's going to be a backup. I did read an article today where it looked like it was possible that he would go back to Cleveland. Cleveland would be good. I don't understand why they would let him go other than the money. It's if they just don't want to pay him. But you would think that Chubb would, dealing with his injury history, he'd be willing to, put something put something together. Because right now they have Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong. So, yeah. And, I mean, Cleveland is not going to draft running back in the first round. So, I am thinking that Cleveland will. My understanding one is that Cleveland desperately would like to trade with Tennessee so that they can get Cam Ward. I believe Cam Ward will be a Titan this season. That's just what it's going to be, I think. I'm not saying, Tennessee's saying all the right things. Cam Ward is saying all the right things. So I believe we're going to just go Cam Ward and we're going to start the new era football in Tennessee with Cam Ward, and they're beefing up their O-line to help protect them. We still have Pollard at running back. He should be decent. They do have Spears also to back him up. Ridley is still there. I am sad that we lost Westbrook Kine. But one of the other articles I was reading today is best available free agents, still available free agents at each position. Random article, but I like to read the random articles. So as far as wide receiver goes, he's back. There he is. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, welcome back.
Power just said bloop.
But according to this article, the best available free agent wide receiver currently is Amari Cooper. And I would not be mad if the Titans decided to sign Amari Cooper. Now, he definitely would not be the future for Tennessee, but I would imagine at least by the third round, Tennessee would start thinking about wide receiver. So it couldn't cost that much to acquire Amari Cooper. I can't imagine exactly, what it is that he wants as far as, money goes, but or no, let me take that back, because we all want more money, but what he's willing to take is what I mean to say. It's just sort of the same thing that I was talking about with like Nick Chubb. I mean, Nick Chubb is, he's going to be a backup, at least starting out. I want Nick Chubb to be. I want him to be Nick Chubb. I would really like that, but I don't. At least to start the season, he won't be. Also, I don't understand. And Dreadful, you're back now. Now you could tell. Why is Tyler Lockett is not on a team?
No.
What's up with that?
The only thing I can think of is his age. I know he's over 30.
He is over 30. Okay.
But so that's the only thing I think he's over 30. He's either right at 30 or just over 30. But that's the only thing I can think of that nobody wants him, because he's a solid receiver. He's always been a solid receiver.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking. He's a possession guy. He's fast. At least
he's more quick than fast.
Okay, quick. That'll work.
Yeah, he's 32.
32. Wow.
Yeah,
that is
33 during the season. So he turns 33 in September.
At the beginning of the season, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he is definitely on the wrong side of 30. But still, and I guess the thing is that I believe Tyler Lockett will be on the team this season. Just might not be before the draft.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to believe the same thing with Nick Chubb. I feel like it's probably going to be a similar situation where you don't quite get the guy you want, and Nick Chubb's available. So, but I mean, the other part of that is that I was sitting here and I'm trying to consider who would need Nick Chubb, like who would need Cowboys. So that's what I pulled them up first. That was who I had, and that was the first team that I thought about. But they have they have Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. So you got a bunch of guys.
They got Miles Sanders. When did they get him?
Yeah, they got Miles too. So my thought was that it probably wouldn't. I mean, they probably wouldn't want to just add to that backfield. I mean, they
still have Dowdle.
They don't have Dowdle anymore.
They don't? Okay.
No. It's Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Deuce Vaughn, and Malik Davis. Yeah, Malik Davis is who they have for running back.
I guess you're just going to do running back by committee then.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry about that. But yeah, so that's the thing. So, I mean, I was thinking, I also earlier, I'm thinking, what about like the Giants, right?
Yeah. Although they did have I think he was a rookie last year. He was actually kind of nice last year. I forgot his name.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, he is. He's but that's sort of the same thing I'm thinking. They still do have Devin Singletary also.
Okay.
But like I said, I think Chubb is going to be a backup. I mean, I don't think he's going to be like the man. I don't think anybody's bringing him in to lead their backfield. But that's the thing. I don't know. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. You're right. Hold on. Because they don't have.
Yeah, they. What's his name is gone. I think he's gone. Harris.
Harris is in L.A. Well, yeah, he's with the Chargers. And right. Okay, I guess technically Jaylen Warren. He's still on their team, but he's a free agent. Oh, what's up, man? What's going on? Isaac snuck out on us today. What's going on, Doug? But we have, I'm thinking, so the Pittsburgh Steelers have Warren, and they got Gainwell from Philadelphia.
Okay.
So they still have Cordell Patterson, and they have Jonathan Ward. I could see them still. I mean, even looking at that, I know they could move Warren, and I could see a Chubb thing there. I could that wouldn't be crazy to me. But of course, I'm looking at their quarterbacks, right? Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson. They're still desperately in need of a quarterback.
Yes.
So yeah, I am still, that's their thing right now. Because again, on the pre-roll, I had Aaron Rodgers sitting there saying, "What should I do?" And I mean, the thing is that I mean, again, from my standpoint, what should you do? You should just retire, get in the booth, talk about it, and talk trash. He likes to talk trash. Do it. just do it. Be that guy. and it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know, you don't have he. I don't feel like good things come from Aaron Rodgers being on the field again. You know, we just get the nostalgia of Aaron Rodgers and keep hoping that maybe he could get it back. He's not. I don't think he is. I think we're done. And I would hope that he would just say, okay, it's a wrap, you know, and then the Steelers could in turn move on as well, and we can just find them a quarterback. I have no clue. That part I don't know. I don't know.
At that point, they'll be stuck with Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, it's going to be sad. It just is.
Granted, he knows the system, so I guess it wouldn't be terrible, but I guess whatever you ask.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, like I said, it was maybe they do this. So I was saying earlier that I read this article was like best available at every position, the best available free agent at every position. And of course, we start with quarterback. And on the list is Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the best, according to this article, the best available free agent quarterback right now.
Really?
And they did say in the hold up. What does he say? He said, "What's your guy think about my boy CJ? What's his thoughts gonna?" He's talking about CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
He's
back here.
He said he's gonna have a bounce back.
Yeah,
bounce back year for CJ. You know what? I'm gonna look since you brought this up.
They did lose their left tackle, so I don't know how much that's going to help them.
Did they not pick up anybody else?
Not that I'm aware of. They let Tunsil go. They'll probably pick up somebody in the draft, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at the transactions. But yeah, they let Tunsil go, which was weird to me.
Man. Nicole Collins, Christian Kirk, Tank Dale, starting 3 wide receivers.
Football.
Oh,
football.
We talking football. Always. Hold on a second. Let me get you
Ladies and gentlemen,
because no one can hear you.
Good.
Hold on.
Everybody that don't know yet, we're talking to Hey Girlfriend on the side. She's about to come in case.
Yeah.
We're talking to.
He did the so he can't come.
His mouth. I know he's listening.
Boss
I hope so. All right, let me hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Not going anywhere, but
Texans.
All right, I'm back. So Isaac, you know what? Here's the thing. What do you think? What do you think CJ's going to do this year? I'm looking. He's got 3 nice wide receivers. I ain't going to necessarily say. So I'm wondering about Christian Kirk. I know the history, but I'm worried about Christian Kirk. But of course, you got Collins and Dale. Is Dale still hurt? Is Dale going to miss most of the season?
I think he'll miss the beginning of the season.
Okay. All right. But yeah, and they still have Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce.
Oh wait, the Texans signed Trent Brown, so they may be okay at tackle.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I see him down there, right tackle.
Oh, he's right tackle. I wonder if he
Yeah,
can
right
play that.
tackle. Yeah, they got on the depth chart. They got him listed as a right tackle.
Okay.
But yeah, so so I like I said, I'm gonna go down this list a little bit. Before I say that, Carson Wentz would be interesting. I think in Pittsburgh, Carson Wentz. What is it? Carson Wentz was he drafted by Philadelphia?
Yes.
Okay, so he's drafted by Philadelphia. I know he's been in Kansas City. He's
Kansas
been.
City? He went somewhere else. He was with the Colts.
He was with the Colts
because he sucked.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Terrible. What I'm saying about it is that he can be on his fourth team. Like this is this thing everybody's talking about. Right. If the Steelers are his fourth team, then he's going to be all world on the fourth team.
That's what.
So, I mean,
who's going to the Steelers?
Well, nobody yet. I have all hope for all my guys. OSU. That is a great quarterback, just young and was always in second place. Let's see, he's learned a lot and still has a lot to learn. Okay, this year will show for sure. Okay, so Isaac, that means that you were going to take him with the first pick. You have the first pick in the draft, and you're taking C.J. Stroud with that first pick. Please tell me no, but I think he and I think had this conversation. So, but I still want to hear you. I want to see you say it publicly.
So he's a Texans fan?
No, he's an OSU fan.
Oh, okay.
He is an OSU fan, but he's a fantasy football guy.
Oh, okay.
And known to make some interesting picks.
Gotcha.
So, but what did he say? He said, whoa. He said he's not going that far. Good. I'm glad. I am glad. So here's the other thing. Since we were talking about this, he and I were actually talking about. I think we were all talking about this. I was talking about this with everybody. So we were talking about who would you take with the first pick, and my vote was Saquon Barkley, of course, based on whether or not they were going to outlaw the tush push. So they were voting on that today. Like today was the day for that vote. Now it's been tabled, so they haven't. Yeah. It's not a yes. It's not a no. But at least what I read, part of the reason they tabled it is because of the some doctors want to get involved, and they're trying to talk about medical reasons. And I feel like if the medical reasons get involved, it's gone. I think it's a wrap at that point.
Yeah, if there's too many, it's definitely going to be gone.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, do you think it should be outlawed, or you don't really care one way or the other?
No, not really. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is kind of what happened, I guess, this past year. I forgot who they was playing. And it's like
the Commanders.
Maybe it's the Commanders, and they had like 20 offsides in a row. It's like, well, if he's going to keep drawing. He's going to keep jumping over. Yeah. Right. And so I can understand if they're further up the field, but right at the goal line, I mean, how much closer can you get to the goal line?
Right. It's at some point half the distance. Yes. Right. And that's what they said. We're going to just go ahead and give them the touchdown if you guys continue to do this. Or if I want to say it was like they were like, if you do it one more time, that's it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it was.
but so that's a deal. I think I don't know that I honestly care. I think what they're really going to do. The thing is that I don't like it, and I don't like it from a fantasy point of view simply because I like Saquon Barkley, and I feel like he gets touchdowns taken away from him, from Hurts. But the thing is about it that I like is that it's a play. It works. The only thing I really think that they may start to try to outlaw portions of are like the pushing itself. I mean, it's a quarterback sneak. I mean, that's really what it is.
Right.
The only difference is that you have the guys pushing in the back. Right. I mean, you can't outlaw a quarterback sneak. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. And if you want to stop a massive O-line, get a massive D-line. I mean, I mean, that if you want to stop them, get some guys who can knock the O-line backwards.
I think it's more than just a big O-line, though. I think there's some technique to it. It's almost like low man wins.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen of it, it's like what they'll do is they'll pretty much just dive on the ground, and then they're pushing. All you're doing is causing a wave. You're just pushing over the top of the pile.
Right.
So if you get the line to get on the ground first, you're kind of like leveling.
You can roll all the way to them.
Yeah, you're leveling out the defensive line.
You never touch the ground.
You're just rolling over everybody.
Just never touch the ground.
The key is, I think, is the defensive linemen have to get to the ground first. But the only problem with that is you'll win that part. But if you'll take yourself out of the play if that's not what the play is. If they do anything else, you're screwed. So
that's true. Because if the defensive linemen are on the ground, even if they are, that means the O-line are on top of them, which still means you still have the wave effect you were talking about.
Well, but the wave is different though, because
it's different.
Because if you're on the ground and you like this, and it's easy to roll over the top versus, to me, just in my mind, it seems easier to roll over the top if they're on the ground than the other way. I don't know what it is, but it just in my mind it played out that way. I could be wrong.
Well, I didn't. I actually hadn't thought about the fact that guys can keep basically moving forward because they're not touching the ground.
Right.
I didn't. I mean,
that's the whole point of it.
Consideration.
They're just pushing them over the top of the pile of people.
Man, see, now I wish I'd have gotten. Now I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube. See, now I got to look them up on YouTube. Next week we'll talk about them again, and next week we'll have an answer, I think. But I do believe that they're going to be. I think, like I said, I think the part that they're going to rule out, because the other thing is technically the rule is already on the books about pushing and pulling your own teammates. He says, do y'all think C-Mac will have a comeback year? But do all, what does it say? It's a slow year. C-Mac, I don't know. Who? Who are we talking about? Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Dude, for my money, I mean, Christian McCaffrey is not even a first-round pick in fantasy this year.
Really?
I don't think I could do it. I do not believe that I could do it. But
I'm not picking him first. I know that.
Attorney, what is a paper for homework? Can you check it?
You say, I mean, I know what you mean when you say a bounce back year, but I mean, he was hurt most of last year. So he will definitely be better than that. I am worried. I am actually worried about Brock Purdy, the progression of Brock Purdy. So the thing is that you have the quarterback, and then who at least I think might be struggling a bit. You have your tight end who is all world, but he is north of 32. Also north of 30 also. And then You got rid of Debo. And they've trimmed some fat. So it's going to be it's not going to be a totally different team, but it's going to be a different team. And so, now you won't quite have, and I'll call it the Derrick Henry effect that Tennessee had all the time, where you had guys who can just stack the box and keep a guy, keep him at bay or keep him in the, boxed in. But Christian McCaffrey is versatile enough.
Right. And so he's a good receiver too. So.
Right. So he can, they can exploit that a little bit. So to truly answer your question, I would say yes. I think he will have a bounce back year. But I don't know how big of a year I think that is. Can you all hear that?
I heard something.
Okay. Yeah. My wife is making a smoothie.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, she's actually not feeling great, and was like, not really like, I want a bunch of stuff to eat. So we're doing that. But yeah, I think, like I said, I'm thinking Saquon is going to be a top running back. I actually think, I don't know. I'm curious about Derrick Henry. I'm not 100% sold that Derrick Henry will
be a top running back.
Yeah. And when I say top, I mean, top 5. But the thing is that like this guy Gentry, have you looked him up yet? What is it? I saw some of his combine stuff. I mean, he is.
Oh, you mean the guy coming in from Boise State?
Yes.
Gentry. Yeah. Okay. I've still seen. Like I said, I've only seen clips.
Yeah.
But what I've seen, he's pretty nice.
I mean, yeah, he looks good. And I don't know where. I mean, right now, I think the last time I looked, they had him going to the Raiders.
Raiders, yeah. Which I can see that they could use running back. Plus, it's Pete Carroll, so he likes to run the ball.
Yes, and that would be nice. There's 3 people. Oh, he says I want to hear top 3 wide receivers or
top 3 fantasy
receiver choices. Dude, I have no clue about receiver. See, here's the problem with receiver.
Top 2 is easy. Chase and Jefferson.
Chase and Jefferson. Okay, man.
There's the third one is, in my opinion.
Who would you go with? I mean, so well. Here's a question about wide receiver. Here's a wide receiver question. Are you drafting Malik Neighbors high this year? I mean, I know you don't know anything about quarterback right now, but you do know Neighbors, and Neighbors, and the Giants.
Russell Wilson.
Huh?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Oh well, yeah, I guess we do now. Yeah. So do you? How you gonna hate?
No. Hey, that's allegedly he said that. I ain't saying that.
Man, what are you eating? You licking your fingers and everything. Dude, I mean, come on, man.
Hey, grease up my fingers.
Get a paper towel, dude.
It's right here.
You were raised better than that, man.
Hey, these are my fingers.
Yes, it will. He said, let me clarify top 3 for fantasy. Yes, I mean, well, I assumed that's what you meant, top 3 for fantasy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I'm still at least right now, I'm still thinking about Malik Neighbors. I know what he wants to hear from us, though. He wants to hear about Harrison.
Oh,
That's
Harrison.
what. Yes,
So
that's what you want to hear. Oh, she closed her camera. Okay, well, guess what? Oh, you did. You shut it down. I mean, I can. If I feel like I can smell what you're eating. That's the thing.
Oh, that's a real.
I know. Like I said, I get the aroma of barbecue. I'm not joking when I say that.
There's no barbecue sauce on it though.
That's all right. I
don't need barbecue sauce.
Oh, and guess what? And that's what makes it good.
Yeah, but I had too much grease on my fingers.
Well,
Obviously.
I understand you had to get it off. I get that.
Don't be so you're co-signing with my cousin?
It's just obvious. Yeah,
It's
there's no
just
barbecue sauce. There's no barbecue sauce.
He said there's no sauce, but you still. And then to rub it in, that's the other thing too. Yeah. Okay.
Y'all eating smoothies? You eating smoothies for dinner?
No, I don't know what I'm. No, what I think I'm going to actually have. We do have. I think we have some barbecue here, and so, or at least some brisket. I mean, we have brisket. It's not. There is no sauce or anything. But
never cooked brisket. I have never cooked the brisket. I have never cooked the brisket.
I didn't cook it. I did not cook it. I don't have anywhere to cook it the way that I'd want to cook it. So, but yeah, Harrison Jr. I'm not sure. Harrison Jr. had that just like basically a roller coaster season last year.
Right. And, I was just looking at stats. Neighbors actually had better stats than he did.
Yeah. I'm thinking the thing with, I think I like Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors. I think that could be pretty good.
We're gonna find out.
So let me ask this question then. If Shedeur Sanders is not selected by Cleveland at 2, will the Giants take him at 3?
That's a very good question. If they did, unless he showed out in camp, I would sit him, which would be crazy because it's a number 3 overall pick and you're going to let him sit. But I think it would be better for him to do so. But having said that, the moves that the Giants have made, like they've picked up 2 quarterbacks and already have re-signed their third. So that's 3 quarterbacks they have on their roster. Yep. They could address so many other positions and worry about a quarterback later.
That's true. That's
just my thinking. I would take if the Browns took a quarterback, that leaves probably wide open because it's almost set in stone that Titans are going to take a quarterback. So
yes.
So that gives them a choice of Hunter or the
Carter
edge guy, Carter. Yeah,
Carter,
or anything else that they want for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe. I think Shedeur actually is close to sliding. Like
doing like a Aaron Rodgers type of slide.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to pull up, see if I can find draft order. Ooh, draft. This top needs.
Yeah, just going back to stats real quick. Harrison didn't even have over 1,000 yards. He had that 885 with 8 touchdowns. Neighbors had like 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. See, dude, I like I said, I like Neighbors. I think And again, we're speaking of fantasy. Yeah, I think that it would be very nice. I think Neighbors is nice.
Brian Thomas had a better year than Harrison.
Brian Thomas. Oh yeah. Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget about him.
1,200 yards.
I forgot about him, actually.
Yep, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Actually had a better year than Neighbors did.
So I'm looking at draft order, and it's Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, and if we're saying, let's say Cleveland says, look, we're going to take Carter. We're going to get these guys. Quarterbacks are not going to have a chance against us. Basically, they go that route. New York, like you said, they got Wilson. They got what's my boy's name?
Jameis Winston.
And then they got DeVito. Right.
Yep.
So they say we're good. We're going to take Hunter.
Yep.
Then you got the Patriots at 4, the Jaguars at 5.
They don't want a quarterback.
What about the Raiders at 6?
They're interesting. They just got Geno. Not Geno. Yeah, Geno.
Yeah. They got they have Geno.
I mean, they could take a quarterback at 6, but it'd be the same situation. I think they would sit Shador.
Yep.
And so again, I don't know if that's.
I would
they
think
basically pull Atlanta Falcons. It's like,
I would.
We gotta take them.
What is this? I can't even see. What is this logo at 7? And
You're looking at draft order.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up here.
I can't even make out what that logo is. It's so small.
NFL draft order. You said at 7. That is. Oh, the Jets.
Oh. Maybe that's why I can't make that up. But the Jets have Justin Fields, and it doesn't make any sense, I don't think. Because I feel like they have other needs too. So they pass. The Carolina Panthers have the next pick. So here's one. At 9, the New Orleans Saints.
Me personally, I say no.
No.
I think I like Rattler, but that's just me.
Okay.
I think Rattler sits another year behind Derek Carr, and then I think he takes over.
Okay.
And of course, the Bears is no.
So that's 9, and then Caleb is at number 10.
And at 11, they'll probably stick with Purdy.
Yep.
Dallas, they've already paid Dak $1 million. Well,
Miami, same thing.
Miami, he might. Depends on if they sold on Tua or not.
Dude, see, here's the thing. I think who's got the 11th pick? San Francisco. I think somebody might try to go get the pick at that point. Like, I think somebody might try to trade up.
Trade up.
Yeah.
So who would trade up?
But that becomes a question, because I'm looking, and the only people I can think of right away would Pittsburgh trade up.
Pittsburgh could probably try to trade up. That I could see that.
Because that's it. I mean,
yeah, that's really it. Pittsburgh
that's
trade
it.
up.
And the thing is that actually, if he gets out of the top 10, I mean, if you're Pittsburgh, do you even need to?
The Rams could trade up.
The Rams, okay, yeah.
Instead of behind Stafford for a year or however long Stafford wants to play.
So what you mean? Do we even need to? Like, what kind of?
Because here's the thing: from 11, the 11th pick is San Francisco. They have Brock Purdy. 12 is Dak Prescott.
Are y'all on fantasy or ESPN?
No, this is ESPN, but this is the draft
He's talking
order.
about the draft order.
Yeah, the draft order. We're trying to figure out where he would get drafted, but the Colts are not going to take him. The Atlanta Falcons are not going to take him. I don't believe the Cardinals would take him. Cincinnati can't afford anybody. Seattle.
Who can't afford anybody?
Cincinnati
Can't afford anybody. I mean,
they got Burrow, so
yeah, they got Burrow. They got who they need. They got who they wanted. They paid them, and so they can't afford to get anybody else. Who's in Seattle?
they just got Darnold.
That's right. Sam Darnold. And then Tampa's not going to take the Broncos.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders.
Oh.
So the thing is that these next 11 picks, nobody's going to need quarterback.
So did y'all know why the Steelers didn't sign back Russell, or they just didn't want to sign him?
They were waiting for Aaron Rodgers.
They want.
Just
they
say
want
yes or no.
They would rather have Aaron Rodgers, I'll put it that way, than
Russell Wilson.
Did Aaron Rodgers say yes?
No,
he hasn't said anything yet. He's
thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Ooh, it's like we're going bad to worse.
Well,
but I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I don't know. I don't know.
They have two great wide receivers.
That's true. George Pickens and
two great wide receivers.
So they feel like we can
get to just throw it up.
Yeah, just put it out there.
They need to flip a coin.
I mean, I like their tight end too. Pat Firemouth. Yeah. I mean, they have good weapons. I mean,
we got a guest tonight.
What?
She has a guest.
You're not forced, man. I mean,
He's signed.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, why are you doing all that?
I don't need the whole laptop.
Well, while you doing it, I'm gonna be doing this over here.
Oh, well, we can switch seats.
Okay, wait, yeah.
You switch seats.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be here.
They're gonna be best with you, Terry. Oh wait.
Ooh, can you see me?
We got you. Young cuz.
How everybody doing today? Yeah, I over here talking about A-Rod. Let's be realistic here. We do not need A-Rod. We have too many young people, and he's going to slow us down.
Well, here's the thing. I had a whole thing about Aaron Rodgers earlier. I mean, I'm done. I'm out on Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers should be sitting in the booth. Put him. You know what? Let's get a 2-man booth with him and what's the other quarterback guy's name?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just put them together, and let's just see what happens. They can outdo each other. I mean, of course, that never happened, but I do. Here's the thing: I do see Aaron Rodgers as more of a Monday morning quarterback type of talk.
It's like really,
I don't necessarily see him calling games. As far as his next move, I think that he's a show guy. Highlights, talk about things that should have happened, and the way things should have been done. I think that's how I see him. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think there's tons of money in that. People make ridiculous amounts of money.
My thing is like right after once he got injured, that's when I knew like the ship had sailed. It's like it was time, really, to be honest. Even though like I was actually happy to see him be with the Jets for what they had, with the weapons they had at the time. But then it was like once he got injured, nothing else to do, and then they didn't have no good backup to support him. Really, they just had just him, and it wasn't enough because it was just like you're only winning because of defense. You weren't winning because of offense. And defense do the only thing they can do at the time. So not like offense is really putting up that much.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate Aaron Rodgers. So I know it probably sounds like I hate Aaron Rodgers. It's not that I hate Aaron Rodgers. I just think his time has come, and I think we move forward as we move forward, it'll be without him. I even in the situation right now that Pittsburgh is in, I think that I believe that it's very possible
My thing
that
is,
Shador Sanders could fall to them at 21.
actually, and you said Shador. We don't really need Shador either. Shador should be with a team that give off the popularity of him necessarily. We need my thinking is if you want a quarterback respectfully for Pittsburgh, you need somebody that's gonna get down and dirty with Pittsburgh.
Who you got?
Even though we had Big Ben and he was accurate, yeah, that's cool. But we need somebody that's gonna actually be able to take a hit from a linebacker and still be able to go forward and use their speed necessarily when they need to. Not always.
Who's out there? Who's out there? That's the thing. Who's available for that?
Dart.
I'll say, okay, my hope is probably Jalen Miro, if that, or Dart. Them two.
Dart.
I think Dart would be better.
Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking, because you need accuracy and you need somebody that's going to be able to get out of the pocket necessarily. Miro fills both of those gaps, but I feel like he's going to use his speed more than he uses his actual strength of throwing. That's
so.
How
Here's the question.
Yeah, I think Miro's too raw.
But here's the question. So if let's just say, play this out a little bit. Shador Sanders is available for Pittsburgh at 21.
Mm-hmm.
Would they take Dart or would they take Sanders?
They'd probably be tempted to take Sanders.
probably.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. I mean, I hear you on Dart. I do. But the question is would they pull that trigger? I think here's the thing. I would say that maybe Pittsburgh is like.
I feel like the Giants is going to do it.
But they can't. They got too many quarterbacks right now. They can't. I mean, they have other positions that they need. It would be. I mean, can you imagine? Here's the thing that I think about with the Giants and the number 3 pick. And I know that Travis Hunter, I guess, he's a cornerback, but Malik Neighbors on one side and Travis Hunter on the other side might be nice for Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think about that. I mean, you got 2 young, I say, dynamic wide receivers, and Russell Wilson, who loves to throw deep, to throw deep. So, but let's say Cleveland takes Shador Sanders. I think Pittsburgh actually wants that to happen, and then maybe they can take Dart at 21. Might seem like a reach or something like that, maybe, because I think everybody's saying that he's a second rounder. But at 21, you need a quarterback. He's available. You like him. You take him. That way, it's sort of like in fantasy, at least the way I think about fantasy. I don't necessarily want the first pick, but I don't necessarily want the 10th pick either. You know, I like that, like 7, 6, 7. So the middle of the pack, you let the draft come to you, and you take the best available that's looking at you in your face, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I'll do that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've done it both ways. I've had the first pick. Because I think one of the last times I had the first pick, I took Jefferson and he got hurt. These first picks, it's crazy. Like I can't. Justin, this was about 2 years ago though. But yeah, we're talking about fantasy football draft. But yeah, having the first pick is. I mean, it's tough. I just,
the first pick really sets the tone of how the draft picks are about to be. because they pick the most popular person we know in the draft itself. Then the next teams are going to follow with those popular like stars that we already know off rip.
It's usually
And it's the first pick will be a quarterback. The next pick will be, if that, probably I won't say O lineman, because really O lineman get picked almost close to the end necessarily.
What are you talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? You talking about in the regular draft?
Yeah, like in regular draft, like first pick will be a quarterback. Yeah, the first pick will be a quarterback. Next pick will be probably, if that, a receiver, and it would just follow. But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, we already know. I mean, the draft is Cam Ward, number 1, and then in no particular order, it's. I'm still going to say Sanders, even though I think he might slide. But you say Sanders, Carter, Hunter. You know, I mean, those are the next few.
You said Hunter going to the Giants?
Yeah, the first 2 picks are
first
2 picks are quarterbacks. Hunter's going to the Giants.
Who do you think the Giants going to take?
Oh yeah,
it's the 3rd pick.
I understand it, but it's like I do not want. I want to see him with a team that's going to be electric, not a team that needs to rebuild, bro. Like that's a rebuilding team. I understand that. But
I guess what? I agree with you 100%. But
that's the problem with you. You're good, and you're going to a sucky team. That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, it's like.
Because see, there he goes. Now, here's the thing. You got it. You looking at it right now. We all looking at it. Who they going to take?
Hold on. Wait. It's loading, y'all. Calm down. It's low.
They don't need Carter. They've got 2 good pass rushers.
Yep.
See, I ain't heard nothing about no D-line besides Penn State. That's it. Like, I haven't heard nobody else on D-line besides just him.
You got Graham. Is his name Graham?
Yeah,
from Michigan, defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be on like the top 10.
What's this is? This is CBS. Yeah, on CBS for the picks they have in their order is like way different.
Go ahead. Show me. Give me your top 3.
But the first pick will be Cam Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Second pick will be Sanders. Third pick will be Carter.
Okay.
The Giants, I don't see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think.
But I mean, speaking of that, I'm looking at a mock. Whose mock is this? Matt Miller from ESPN, and he of course he's got Cam, and then he's got Carter going 2, and he has Sanders going to the Giants.
Yeah, see.
I don't see it. It doesn't. I mean, could they drop DeVito? Sure. I mean, yeah, but you gonna take him 3rd, and you gonna make him number 3 on the depth chart? I
don't know about that.
I don't either. Then they got New England taking Hunter.
Patriots, yeah, they keep saying that. They keep saying
that too.
Because on CBS, it's saying the same thing.
Yeah, and then they got Mason going to
5th.
To the Jags.
Zinzi going to the Raiders.
Yeah, see, I don't have them. This guy has them taking McMillan. The Raiders taking
wide receiver.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't hold T-Mac. You talking about T-Mac? Yeah.
I
don't see. You know what's crazy about this? I'm at 9. That Gentry hadn't come off the board yet. They have him going to the Bears at 10.
That's the other team I've heard taking him.
Why?
No, that's
going after Gentry.
So on CBS for the 10th pick is an old lineman, Will Campbell. That's the 10th pick.
Will Campbell. Okay.
Campbell for the Bears. Well, that's if Gentry's gone.
Yeah.
I said Gentry won't make it past 10.
Gentry, not Gentry.
Then
Gentry,
they
yeah.
have
You won't make it past 10.
He won't. You're right. He won't.
Matthew Golden going to Dallas for 12.
Golden, another receiver. I can see that.
Yeah, see, this guy has Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State,
Going to who?
to Dallas.
To Dallas, really?
You talking about Loveland? They said Loveland going to the Colts.
Who?
The tight end?
Tight end? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Loveland?
Colston.
Yeah, Loveland. I'm saying his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was going to the Colts.
Yeah,
That looks
that's
like a
what
good pick for y'all. That looks like a good pick for y'all. I ain't even
Either tight end. It doesn't matter. Either
Really?
tight end, either Warren or the one from Michigan. Either one. Doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah. It's yeah.
I mean, how many tight ends do y'all have now? I thought y'all had like
All our tight ends are
two or three of
washed.
them.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like. We hear more their receivers more than they tight end for real.
Yeah, our tight ends are
He
washed.
can really block
Yeah.
half the game.
We got one that's not working out. He keeps getting injured. We was hoping the best. Woods.
Okay.
He's like 6'7", 6'8", real athletic, but he keeps getting injured. We got Wally Cox. He's
Can't
like
keep him healthy.
32. He's like 32 years old, and everybody else is just like third, fourth string tight ends. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
I can wholeheartedly see us taking one of those two tight ends.
All right.
We got who is this? Hampton going to Pittsburgh for 21st pick.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. I mean,
Hampton.
Mm-hmm. Marion Hampton,
what position?
running back.
Running back.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I've only heard about one running back.
Yeah.
He's
I have
going
this guy that I'm looking at has Thomas
from
As
North
we-
Carolina.
Azria
North
Thomas.
Carolina. Okay, I have heard about him. Hampton.
Okay. Oh, because they have him here. Omarion Hampton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They have him going 22 here.
And then who is this? They said the other tight end, I think from was it Penn State?
Mhm.
Here
Mark.
he's going to the Dolphins for the 13th pick.
See, I have Jackson Dart going to the Rams at 26 in my draft over here.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could too.
This one is saying, who is this? This is D lineman, Derrick Harmon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do they have Jackson Dart going in the first round in that one?
Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes. Drops to the second.
Yeah, no, I don't see him. I don't really like. To be honest, I don't even think. Only few quarterbacks I seen was like at the beginning. That was the first three.
But that's about what they were saying before, is that he's a second round quarterback.
There's no.
I mean, Pittsburgh is going to take a quarterback.
Anybody at this point.
Even if it's a second round guy who we are not talking about,
Yeah.
they're going to take one.
Second, third round, yeah.
You know, so that's going
But
to
I
happen.
mean, who was that? Sanders going to the Browns as a second pick. It would sound reasonable because they need a quarterback and they low key not depending on Watson no more necessarily
Oh, no.
because he's constantly he's not he didn't live up to the contract,
Nah.
which sounded crazy to me because they gave this man a whole bunch of money and he ain't even put in that.
Guaranteed money.
Same like that.
Guaranteed
Same
money.
thing for Dak.
Not, but
They
okay.
gave him a lot of money. Dak
Oh.
faked that hamstring.
Oh,
It's not the same thing.
Fake a hamstring. That's
I
impossible.
don't necessarily think it's the same thing, but
You can't fake a hamstring. But I mean, necessarily, I could say he has earned it because he has always improved. Necessarily, it's just like he just haven't won championships. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you can say. But I mean, if his interception percentage go down, maybe then probably we'll get somewhere. But until then, I'm gonna bet on him throwing a pick almost every game.
That's sad.
And almost the whole year, this man has thrown a pick or led a pick every game, and it did not fail. And I probably would have been rich if I would have kept betting on that.
He getting a raise too every year. He's getting a raise.
But it is what it is. So right now, it's just like Cowboys need to figure out what they doing at this point. It's just like they don't find no help. They just sign your money and that's it.
Do the same thing they do every year.
I know I overheard y'all talking about Derrick Henry. I feel like if they make some better adjustments for him, he could probably do the same thing he did in Tennessee. It's just like it was the first year or whatever, we had to fill him out for real. But I feel like if they make the better improvements for him, they can do that. But at the same time, too, also remember that you still have Lamar with him. So you can't just rely on Derrick to always run the ball or him to always run the ball.
Well, they don't want to rely on him. See, the thing is that the problem, that's what Tennessee did, and that's what you don't want to do. They have weapons. I mean, they have options. And that's what makes Derrick Henry and the Baltimore Ravens deadly, is that they have options. They don't have to just run Henry. They can run Lamar. They can throw the ball down the field to Flowers. They can throw it across the middle to Andrews. They can throw it up the seam to Likely. I mean, they have options.
Yeah, dude, there's only two options. He need more than just two options, though.
No, he's got more than two options. They got. I just mentioned five. They got
Likely. They got what was it?
Andrews. Flowers.
Flowers. They just picked up D-Hop.
Yeah, and they got
but let's be reasonable here. We're not giving D-Hop the ball the first play. We not doing that. My thing is, I ain't gonna lie, I can't give D-Hop the ball on the first play. Because if I do that, I might be trusting in him every time. I promise you. I don't know why. But it's just like
wait.
Bro,
so you're saying first play of the game, it has to be Derrick Henry up the middle? Is that what you're saying?
No, not that. But I mean, depending. Okay, let's be realistic. Let me be realistic. Depending on who we playing. Now we know for sure your D line and if your D line ain't all that. Then yeah, I'll be petty and running down on you the whole game. If I feel like that, if I'm a good head coach. But no, I'm be reasonable. First play, yeah, it might be a 5-yard pass. Okay, cool. We just seeing what's going on. Second play, I might mess around and give it to my tight end. Okay, cool. But if I notice one player is doing something on the weak side that I know for sure that's our strong side, it's gonna be Lamar or Derrick Henry going down your throat for the touchdown.
Here's the thing. See, this is the thing. I think a lot of people think like that, where they say, "All right, we got to run it up the gut." And see, my thing is, and I'm sitting here, so but what about play action?
Yeah,
to Derrick Henry up the middle and throw it over the top.
See, okay,
Flowers is it can move.
Yeah,
and if nothing else, I mean, Lamar could get you, 6-7 yards on his own, and that's not a bad first play. I don't think you have to run it up the gut. I think, it's a reasonable play. It is. It's a reasonable play, but I'm just saying, I don't think it has to be that.
I mean, or they could start doing more pool players. Like I don't necessarily see a lot of offensive coordinators necessarily set up more pool options to where they can either get their quarterback to go that way and actually get up there necessarily. Like I don't see a lot of pulling, from the right tackle going to the left necessarily, and we going this way.
But the other thing is that I don't know that. I don't mind Lamar Jackson running, but I don't necessarily want to rely on Lamar Jackson running. And I don't want to necessarily emphasize Lamar Jackson running all the time.
Hold on.
I mean, you got guys. I mean, I guess that's my thing is that he's got risk getting hurt or dump it off for 4 yards to Mark Andrews. Dump it off to Mark Andrews for 4 yards.
See, okay, now I am after Mark what he did in the Bills game. I'm kind of a little upset
Well, you can be upset. I mean, I think he got paid, but I don't know. I remember that play. I'm not saying anything wrong about. But what I am saying is that this is a new season. He's on the team. He is a sure-handed, minus that play. He is a sure-handed receiving tight end.
I'm gonna have that picture hanging up on his locker on every day. Remember this? Yes, you ain't go. If I ever see you drop a pass like this with the game on the line, man, my heart dropped. Like my heart dropped when that happened. Because you catch all type of crazy passes from Lamar one-handedly and get in there. Or we play against the Bills, you bagging up and you ain't catch the ball. No, something ain't adding up for me because I don't know what you had going on in your head that day. I thought you just was going to make it easy and I was going to blow them out. No, you should have been prepared to catch the ball with two hands and score. But you decided to cuff one way and, I was upset. I couldn't believe it. No.
Okay, good. Guys, ask something. You guys keep talking about the Ravens offense like they did bad last year.
No, they didn't. But that play right there just made it happy, man.
I'm not talking about that play. I'm just talking about in general. You're talking about how they shouldn't use Henry or how they should go here and here. They did that last year. They had one of the highest rated offenses last year. I mean, Lamar threw for over 4,000 yards, ran for 900, and Henry rushed for 1,900. So they had offense. I don't think they need to change anything.
I need Henry to personally.
He said rinse and repeat, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I need Henry to hit to the 2K mark. That's what I need. When he hit the 2K mark, that's why I know the season good. I need
But Henry, who else? What was that? Who was their other running back?
I think he got traded.
Oh, who was their other running back?
Was it Edwards or something like that? I can't remember his name.
Hold on. We can let's find him. Baltimore. There they are.
The chart.
Justin Hill. Justice Hill. Is it Justice Hill?
Yeah. Who was the other one? I know it was two.
Well, they got Keenan Mitchell, and they have
about the year before.
Yeah.
Because they
had all they got. That's it. It's just Derek and Justice Hill.
Yeah, before they brought in Henry, they had like a big rotation running backs. At one point, they had J.K. Dobbins. They had, Justice Hill. They had the other guy. He said
he was the charge.
They actually.
He's still with the.
Actually, no, I think he's a free agent right now.
Dobbins. Who are you talking about? Dobbins. Yes, that's why I was waiting for my. Dobbins is on the list. Best available. He is the top running back available. He is still available. Which same thing. Pittsburgh
is over.
Yeah, but the thing about going to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh has Warren, and Warren's good. I like Warren. And I know we went through this earlier. I don't remember who their other running back was. But I think I'm starting to believe that we're waiting for the draft. I think we're just waiting for the draft. It's like guys are like, look, I know that you're available, and we brought you in. We talked to you. We're interested if we can't get the guy we want in the draft. It's that I think that's where we are. I mean, like I said, this list, like I said, Carson Wentz at quarterback, J.K. Dobbins at running back, Amari Cooper, Gerald Everett at tight end. They said this was Von Miller was the top edge guy that's available. And at defensive tackle, they said Calais Campbell, but of course Calais Campbell signed with the Cardinals.
Yeah, he signed again with them.
With the Cardinals, so he's no longer available. Asante Samuel Jr. at corner, and Justin Simmons at safety. And those are at least, I read through there. I'm sure there were some other guys on that list, but they weren't positions that I was necessarily interested in. So I'm just like, I think we're just waiting on the draft. I think we're waiting on Aaron Rodgers to say no, and we're waiting on the draft. I mean, I don't think
Please say no. Please say no.
Please say no means that he's going to say yes.
No. Just say no. You say no, and you go somewhere. Don't
what's
come
funny?
Here.
I will say this: the Steelers fans. I don't think I have found or talked to a Steelers fan that says yes, we want Aaron Rodgers. If you're out there, get in touch with us.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I haven't. I really haven't. I have not met a Steelers fan, and it's a lot of y'all, but I've not met any of them who are like, yeah, I want Aaron Rodgers.
I don't want no A-Rod. If we wanted A-Rod, we should have got him in his prime. Past that now.
Right.
I'm just saying, that's just me though. But look,
So yeah, I don't. And to
only thing I'm proud of for the Steelers necessarily.
And Mason didn't go back, huh?
Man, who was Mason?
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all got him now.
Yeah, we signed him back.
He back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right there. I was gonna say he's your starting quarterback right now.
Yeah,
But he's like you say, like we always say, he's familiar with the system. So.
Yeah.
He better not get hit in the head again. That's all I know. But the only thing I'm proud of necessarily is that they got receivers. You just need a quarterback. But my thing was they should have signed Sam Darnold. That's what they should have did. They should have, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But they were waiting, right? This whole thing is, it's all, you'll just blame him. It's all Aaron Rodgers' fault. It's all his fault. He's the one who is hampering all of these things. All right.
Oh, back again.
Okay, so we've been running. We're almost an hour and a half. We didn't even get to any of the ancillary stuff. That's good though. We're fine. We'll get to the questions of the day next week. But I don't know. Like I said, I think we'll be back next week. Unless anybody else has anything pressing. I mean,
heard any rumors? NFL rumors?
I have not.
Okay.
Not necessarily for right now.
Okay. I was just curious.
Okay. I was just saying. I hadn't heard any rumors.
I'll look some up for next week.
Yeah. I mean, there are all these things. I mean, well, when you say rumors, the only thing that I've heard is that Cleveland wants to trade with Tennessee so that they can take Cam Ward. And
number one.
They had well, here was the thing. I'll say this. I did see this. This is like some convoluted, crazy three-team deal, right? So Cleveland gets the number one pick from Tennessee. Tennessee gets Kirk Cousins from Atlanta. They get the second pick overall. They get the Cleveland's third round pick also, and a number one from 2026. I think that was right. And Atlanta gets a seventh round pick from Tennessee. And so that way, Cleveland gets to take Cam Ward. Tennessee, I don't know what they would do with the second pick. And then because the craziness of it is that they get Kirk Cousins. So they get a quarterback, so they don't need to take a quarterback with the second pick. And, all that. I thought it was crazy. I didn't, but you talk about rumors. That's about the rumorish thing that I've heard so far. So, but other than that, anybody else got anything else? Anything other craziness around the NFL?
What if we pull Jency?
Who?
Well, no, that's my thing. I don't know. Look,
He's not going to make it. He will not make it to 20.
We already got a short running back as is. Might as well get another one.
No, you're not going to
make it that far.
He's not going to make it that far.
Dang,
and they don't have. I don't think they have. Pittsburgh does not have the capital or need to move up to take a running back. I mean, if they're gonna move up, they got to take a quarterback. And but I think if they wanted Dart, they could get him at 21. I think they could. So,
Yep.
that's what I believe. All right, we're done. It's a wrap. We Talkin Football just went across the screen, and that's our out. So we will see everybody next week, and bring in the questions. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take it easy. Peace.
Peace.